Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to add IndiaMart leads in queries to Salesforce for cosmetics and personal care business. So I am an owner of a cosmetics and personal care business and I receive a lot of leads and inquiries from my business with the help of IndiaMart. Here what I want is that as soon as I'm going to receive a new lead with the help of IndiaMart by the potential clients, I want to add that lead into my Salesforce account as I manage data of my leads with the help of Salesforce. Now, adding these leads manually in my Salesforce account is very time consuming. So what I did was I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, what we are going to do is we are going to build a connection between IndiaMart and Salesforce with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMart leads in queries to Salesforce for cosmetic and personal care business. So as an owner of a cosmetics and personal care business, I rely on IndiaMart to generate leads and inquiries. To manage these leads efficiently, I use Salesforce, which helps me and my sales team to qualify and categorize inquiries. However, manually transferring these leads from IndiaMart to Salesforce is very time consuming. So what I did was I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now whenever a new lead is going to be generated for my business with the help of IndiaMart by the potential clients, automatically and instantly the lead is going to be added in my Salesforce account. And for creating this amazing automation, I will be using Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on the top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMart Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Cosmetics and Personal Care Business. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After giving the name to the workflow, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMart Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMart Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Cosmetics and Personal Care Business. And over here, you can see there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means that action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We're going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as IndiaMart. As with the help of IndiaMart, I'm receiving a lot of leads and inquiries for my business. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMart by the potential clients, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. That is why for the trigger application, I'm going to select as IndiaMart and for the trigger event as new leads. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to create a connection between IndiaMart and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to log into my IndiaMart account that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the account right over here that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. And for connecting from the left side of the panel, I'm going to go to the Lead Manager option right over here. After coming to the Lead Manager page over here, you can see the top left corner, it says Menu, go to that option. From the given drop down, go to Import and Export Leads. And from the given options, click on this Push API button. As I've done that, you can see right over here, it is asking for us to select the source first. For the source over here, the given source is not provided in the drop down, so I'm going to select the source as other. It is asking for the platform name, that is the source name. So for the source name over here, I'm going to write it as Pabbly Connect, and for the URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After entering the source name and the URL, click on the Save Details button. It is asking for the reason why we're creating this API. I'm going to select a random reason from here and then click on this button right over here. As I've done that, you can see the webhook URL has now been successfully added to my IndiaMart account. As now the webhook URL is added, I'm going to open the workflow and scroll and you can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMart is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not. In order to generate the test lead, I'm going to log into my user account of IndiaMart. So this is my IndiaMart's user account and now I want to generate a test lead. For generating the test lead, I have created a dummy product. So I'm going to search for the dummy product that I've created. So this is the dummy product that I've created. I'm going to select it. This is the dummy product. And with the help of this dummy product, I will be generating the lead for my IndiaMart. Okay. For that, click on this contact supplier button. It is asking for the message, the inquiry that I have. So for the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as, this is the inquiry that I have, that is, I am starting a new cosmetic company and need to know about your wholesale prices. Can you send me the full product list? So this is the inquiry that I have. I'm going to click on the submit button. It is asking for the GST number, so I'm going to write in a dummy GST number right over here and then click on this submit button. As I've done that, it says the details are sent. This means the test lead has now been generated. As the test lead is generated, I'm going to open up workflow and check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this test lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created. So this is my workflow that I've created, and if I'm going to scroll down, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test lead being generated. For the unique query ID, we've received the query ID, you can see right over here. For the subject, we've received the subject. For the state comes over here as Madhya Pradesh. For the name of the lead comes over here as Angel. For the mobile number, the dummy mobile number, email as testuser@pabblytunes.com, country as India, that is IN, company as test company, city as Bhopal, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. And over if I'm going to see, we've received the dummy product name that we have created with the inquiry that we have forwarded. That is, I am starting a new cosmetic company and need to know about your wholesale prices. Can you send me the full product list? This was the same inquiry that we have generated using IndiaMart. It's been captured in the response. As the response is captured with the other details, this means that IndiaMart has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers and clients with the help of IndiaMart, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that new lead being generated. Okay. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. Our objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMart by the potential clients, I want to add that lead into my Salesforce account as well. Now we're going to set up our action step according to that. For the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Salesforce as I want to create a lead in my Salesforce account. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as create lead. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, click on connect with Salesforce. A window is then going to appear in front of you which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this say present, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right over here. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Salesforce to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the details of the lead that we want to create in our Salesforce account. So for the data of the lead, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field right away, you can see it says IndiaMart new leads. This was a previous step of this workflow. And as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the last name. As for the name of the lead, we have just received the first name of our lead. I'm going to similarly map the data of the first name of my lead as the last name. Okay, I'm going to select this data from my previous response as I want to create this lead that is generated with the help of IndiaMart in my Salesforce account as well. That is why I'm going to select the data from my previous response. As I selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the first name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my lead. I'm going to search for the name of my lead right over here. I'm going to map the data of the name of my lead. Okay. After that, it is asking for the title. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. For the company over here, I'm going to search for the company right over here. I'm going to map the data of the company, okay? For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the mobile number that I've received in my previous response. I'm going to map the data of the mobile number. After that, it is asking for the email, so I'm going to map the data of the email that I've received. I'm going to map the data, okay?
For the website, I don't require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. I do not require the description as well over here, so I'm going to skip it as well. For the lead source over here, as the given lead source is not provided in the drop down, I'm going to enter the lead source myself. For that, I'm going to toggle this map button on, remove the existing data from here, and for the lead source, I'm going to write over here as India Mart leads. Okay, this is the lead source right over here. For the status, I'm going to select it as open. Rating over here, I'm going to select it as hot. It is asking for the street, so this is the address. For the address over here, I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received right over here. Okay, for the city, I'm going to map the data of the city that I've received. This is the city, I'm going to map it. And for this country over here, I'm going to map the data of the country that I've received. Okay, so this is the country code. I'm going to map the data. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, we have received a response over here, and this is a positive response as we have received the ID. So now I'm going to open my Salesforce account and check whether a new lead has been created in my Salesforce account or not. For that, I'm going to open my Salesforce account. So this is my Salesforce account, and this is the lead section of my Salesforce account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see a new lead has been added in my Salesforce account. I'm going to open this lead from here. The name of the lead is Angel. Angel, you can see. The company comes over here as test company. The status comes over here as open. Lead source as India Mart leads. For the phone number, the mobile number of the leads, and for the email, the testuser@pablitudes.com. This is the email of my lead. Okay, if I'm going to further scroll down. For the address comes over here as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, India. You can see right over here with all the other details. As the lead has now been successfully created in my Salesforce account, this means that we successfully created an automation between India Mart and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I am an owner of a cosmetics and personal care business, and I receive a lot of leads and inquiries for my business with the help of India Mart. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated by the potential clients with the help of India Mart, I wanted to create that same lead in my Salesforce account. Now, in order to do that, what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.